Alright, so we are back with the 4-ton Rheem Package Unit that I did a maintenance on last week. The recommendations were to pull and clean the entire bottom of this unit out. It had flooded and grown a substantial amount of slime down there, and the maintenance itself could only do so much. So that's what I plan on doing right now. Other recommendations that were made were to add a hard start kit to the system and also add or replace the ultravation light inside of the unit, which I've already taken care of both of those things yesterday with a little bit of free time I had, and today I'm going to go ahead and pull apart everything and clean it. Alright, so I've got the drain pan back out. Noticed that it was still leaking some water outside of the pan itself. There was some drip, there was some water coming from one side of the pan, but I'll go ahead and show you real quick how this pan works. So it does have a couple of, it's split in half for one. The pan runs the length of the evaporator coil on the bottom side of the unit. It is split by this piece of plastic, which is essentially a channel that guides, I guess, the drain pan and keeps it in place. But either side you have the reservoir for where the water catches. In between the split here, you have a very small port, and that is for the water to flow out and eventually make its way into the drain port, which is right here. Now these catches out here are for the outdoor part of the evaporator coil, the exposed U-bends, the exposed tubing that will drip and to catch. But in all, your water is supposed to flow from this side of the pan through this port into this primary side and then out the drain pan. So I can see it's pretty fairly clogged there. We're going to get that taken care of so this issue quits rising. But I wanted to show you really quickly some of the tools I'm going to use for this. This is something I've had in the past, but I've since misplaced, so I picked it up again. It's a whole $30. They're the Milwaukee Air Tips. They are for the wet vacs and vacuums that Milwaukee offers. I really like this setup. It's got several small different size tubes and different size links to kind of get into nooks and crannies and the hard to get stuff. Perfect for air conditioning, perfect for maintenance. Highly recommend them. Again, $30, you can't beat it. You can use them with any traditional wet vac. It's what this piece here is for. It attaches to any wet vac, and then these pieces here lock on. And again, they come in different sizes and different lengths, so you can do all kinds of stuff. But I found them to be very useful in maintenance for air conditioning, and then just in general to clean out drain line stuff, because you can get these pipes down into some drains pretty far and really see what you're pulling out. So that's it for what I'm going to be using on that. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this and get this thing pulled apart so we can clean it up. Alright, let's get a closer look at that. Ooh-wee. Gross. Yeah, we're gonna get that cleaned up nice. another job done. Unit's nice and clean, all the slime is out. They're not gonna be breathing in that algae, that growth anymore. Like I said, that was probably one of the worst ones I've seen in a while. Very thick. All came from the lack of maintenance on the drain pan. That port needed to be clean. Getting that clean will allow for proper drain flow at this point, and it will no longer overflow into the system. That's one thing about a package unit, is while it is outside, it's typically not wired in with safety switches, because there's really no threat outside of the damage to your unit, to your home. So a lot of people don't install safety switches in the system. I'm not necessarily saying I would recommend a safety switch in this case. I would just recommend a routine maintenance. Every 6 months, at least once a year, keep the thing clean, keep the thing checked, and it will stay operational for you. See you next time.